In this week's reading from the Gospel, Jesus has been talking with his disciples and teaching them. And then this is how some of them respond. When many of his disciples heard it, they said, "This teaching is difficult. Who can accept it?" And then later on it says, "Because of this, many of his disciples turned back and no longer went about with him." Many of them said, "This is just too much. I can't handle this right now." But you'll notice they're still called his disciples. They are still accepted. They are still disciples. So what is it that they're being asked to do? We are called to act with justice. We are called to love tenderly. We are called to serve one another, to walk humbly with God. We're called to love, to serve, to act with justice, to make the world a better place. And that sometimes is hard. Sometimes because we're feeling grumpy. Sometimes because when we're trying to make justice, we have to challenge some people who could do some mean things to us. And some days we just say, it's too much. But that doesn't mean that we are not loved. In the Bible, it didn't mean that they were no longer disciples. It just meant that in that moment, it was too much. But the wonderful thing is, at the end of the day, we have a sleep, we get up the next day, and it's another day. And God still loves us. And they were still his disciples. And then we're invited again. How about today? Are you ready to seek justice? Are you ready to love? Are you ready to do these wonderful things? How are you going to respond to God's love? Because God's love is always there. We are always accepted as we are. And we're invited to do something about it.